Hello and welcome to Kump.
Hello. Obviously, it's been a sad couple of days.
Yes.
But I have to say, I'm very proud of you.
You're proud. Why are you proud of me?
I'm a proud wife today.
You're proud. Explain yourself. This is a new thing for me.
You had a very in the midst of a lot of senseless, irresponsible responses to what happened to Charlie Kirk. You were actually the voice of reason. You were very mature.
Well, did you expect me to gin up a race war? What do you? I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think I did very much.
I think you did a lot.
I'm surprised that your instinct after a couple of years of marriage so far is that I was just waiting for my opportunity to spark a flame of violence and rage.
Well, you can be. You're not necessarily the most sincere person on social media.
Okay.
You're.
That's a fair point. I tend to go for the comedy.
Yeah.
For the fun.
You have kind of a cynical, ironic brand.
Much like the young men of America, I'm just in it for the lols, usually. But I do have a moral compass of sorts.
This is what you wrote. Well, why don't you read what you wrote?
I want
people to see it. I want people to see how good you were.
This is such a low bar. Advocating for your political opponents to be assassinated is how you become a third world country. It's also completely inhuman. I hope Charlie Kirk gets better.
This was before.
It was
the news.
I don't think it's a very I don't think I split the Nile River. The Red Sea. I don't think I, broke the loaves and fishes.
Yeah.
Like Jesus. I just said, hey, like, don't, let's cool it down. Cool it down.
Right.
But I guess if you want to go ahead, if you want to tell me how great I am. I'm feigning humility here, and you're just going, okay. You're supposed to overwhelm me with, no, you're the best. You saved us.
You may have prevented a civil war with this.
I hope so. I am never, even if I felt that I would never want to, make that claim verbally.
When this whole country,
the stoicism of it.
When this whole country goes down in flames,
right? The
historians who are kind of sorting through the rubble will look back at this and they'll go, imagine if people had listened to this guy.
Imagine. That's all I want. All I want is for people in the future to look at me and go like, yeah, I guess that guy couldn't convince anyone. I guess that guy just was really unpersuasive and uncharismatic and just couldn't get his point across in any coherent way to other people. That he must have either been maybe smelled bad, maybe just had a weird voice. We'll never know, I guess. Some alien, just alien assuming I have BO.
Right.
But look, it's a tragic day. Charlie Kirk, not everyone agreed with them. I didn't agree with a lot of his stances. I don't actually know his whole platform. And I'm actually come to realize that. Like, I did, what I thought I knew, like I'm looking through some of his stuff. I mean, look, you did stuff that very clearly many people will disagree. He didn't mince words. He was not, whatever. It was very confrontational verbally,
right? I
guess you say it. But actually I've been looking and like, he's not the worst offender as far as like being that's trite, but unpolite.
As far as rhetoric and follow up, he was one of the better ones.
Yeah,
like,
he was.
Like he didn't just actively. Obviously, maybe you would view some of his views as inherently dehumanizing.
Well, I mean,
depending on what perspective you're coming from.
Could.
But he didn't go out of his way when he wasn't constrained by his own ideology.
Yeah,
he didn't dehumanize people. He
was actually civil and like, look, I mean, you go, well, he's being deceptive. Well, look, there's a game that has to be played in a society where people just fundamentally disagree about things,
right?
And like, you can't go, but at the end of your ideology, if no cooler heads prevail, then I'm ass out.
Right.
That can't be the bar that you hold everyone against when they're debating.
Yeah, right.
It just can't be. I'm sorry. If you feel like you're attacked by, I get it. I'm empathetic towards people, but like, it's just, there's no answer. There's like civil societies maybe aren't as multi-pluralistic as we thought, or whatever. Like, I don't know. This is still kind of an experiment, probably, and like, can people just fundamentally different like some religious views or whatever, ideology. Can they coexist? I don't. The jury seems to be out for now.
Right.
This is not a great moment for that. But yeah, I don't think you can't. It's just an unreasonable expectation in society,
right,
to have.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not saying. You don't try to pull some quote. Well, he said this and he said that, and the Bible said this, and he said this about the Bible, but then the Bible also said to stone people. And to be fair, the Bible says that a lot. If you're gonna bring up the Bible at all, odds are someone's getting stoned in the next verse.
Right.
I'm not saying, I'm not trying to it is what it is. And are there other things that you feel like should be the worst thing? People are going, oh, you mourn people, you mourn this guy while X, Y, and Z is happening. And it's like, and like, where's your empathy for that? And like, you're kind of missing the point of like, this is an inflection point.
You're kind of missing the point that this is like, it's not so much that anybody's making a rational choice to elevate his death above other people.
Well, some people probably are, but whatever. To be fair.
But it's just when you do this to somebody that someone identifies with politically, it's traumatizing.
You're going
you naturally put yourself in that position. Like somebody could have shot me that way.
Right.
Like
you're attacking free speech. And by you I mean who knows.
Yeah.
I guess this, what is this shooter suspect perhaps? Or perhaps, I don't know. If it is 9/11, and it reminds us that always believe the narrative that you're told. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the thing.
They dumped him in the ocean. They dumped him in the ocean. It makes the most sense in the world. Everyone knows that in Islam, you throw the body in the ocean. Of the most notorious terrorists in history, you throw him in the ocean once you get him. You get him and you immediately toss him back like a starfish that you caught on a Boy Scout trip. And your dad tells you can't keep it, you can't eat it, you have to throw it back. And I go, but Dad, I'm like 10. This is a big deal for me. I want to put it on my wall. He's like, it smells. It's going to smell worse. You can't do that. And so we just throw it in the ocean. I think he let the guy chop it up, though. I think we threw it in the garbage. But regardless, that was a starfish. You don't throw back the FBI's most wanted terrorist for like 10 years straight in an unprecedented run. Just throw him back like chum. But I digress.
The thing is, we don't know who did this yet.
Right.
There are lots of possibilities.
I mean, Cash Patel announced that they had a guy, and then they let the guy, that guy wasn't the guy.
That guy wasn't the guy.
Even though the guy was yelling, shoot me, or something like that.
Was that guy creating a diversion? Like, we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know if it's a team. I will say this, whoever did this seemed to have some kind of tactical... I'm not an expert. I know I like to talk about the Navy SEALs and the Delta Forces, and I fantasize about them hugging me and telling me I'm a real man. That being said, I don't know everything about tactics, but this person seemed to be better than average as far as like getting a shot off, getting away. No one knows where they are right now. Maybe there was coordination with people on. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry to talk over you, but yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, that's the thing. Like, the thing that annoys me so much about when people actually celebrate this.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's inhuman. Obviously it's immoral. You're also theoretically, possibly, celebrating like yourself being made a patsy by some foreign actor. Like, we don't know. We don't know who shot him.
Right. I mean, so it's just when something like this happens. Yeah, sometimes it is, look, we don't, if we're going to list every, killing over the last century, maybe some of them were just the way they told us, but there's a lot, but they always seem to have something very suspicious happening. And I'm just saying in general. So it seems odd to not, at this point, have a little bit of like, well, let's see. Before we go, hey, this is our cue to now do, to do likewise.
Right.
Maybe take a beat. I don't know. Or don't. No one should listen to me, probably, because I have BO or whatever the alien said.
But yeah, people have been sharing this clip of Kirk doing kind of a soft criticism of Israel on Ben Shapiro's show.
Right.
People have been trying to connect dots about that. Who knows? We don't know.
People like speculate. There's wild speculation happening on all sorts of things. Mm-hmm. And it's just we have time. I think. I mean, I don't know. What's 24? Remember that show 24 I ended up watching the whole thing. It was actually better than you would think. It was kind of like I felt like an anime. But at the time, people criticized it because, in the post 9/11 years, or it was like it gave us this kind of one of the ticking time bomb scenario, which kind of the sort of unofficial. It was never probably no senator ever said, well, the ticking time. I mean, whatever. But there was kind of this thing that was put there conveniently, which made you feel like, well, we have to do it. If we don't take the Constitution and burn it, they're gonna take out the M&M store. We don't have time, Senator. You have to approve this. So I'm just saying, so that whoever's that narrative might disagree with me. But I tend to think we have time. We have lots of people are rushing to like I don't know what.
Right.
It just seems like a little like, hey, like it just it's like when you're playing like Metal Gear Solid or Tenchu Stuff Assassin and you throw the poison rice ball at the samurai and he immediately takes it and starts eating it and he starts convulsing and that's your cue to take him out. Because you're a ninja, right?
Right.
And it's like maybe when someone throws a poison rice ball, you take a beat. You think, where did this come from? Maybe it did fall off someone's satchel, and it's a perfectly good rice ball. But let's think about it for a second. Is there anyone around? Did I see footprints?
Right.
Or is this a random rice ball? Do you see what I'm saying here?
I gotta say, the guy in those pictures.
Yeah.
The guy in those surveillance.
Let's bring him up, I guess. Yeah.
Let's see.
This is so far, as of now, late afternoon, September 11th, 2025.
Does he look trans? I don't know. He looks like a twink.
Well, they say, I mean, you don't know. The picture could be misleading. He could be very imposing. We don't know.
We don't, I guess
I don't want to say anything. This guy, if this is a person, I don't want to piss them off.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him.
I'm not a coward, but I mean, there's no point. If I get a chance, I'll do a citizen's arrest, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's no reason, but I like to lay low like a ninja. I think I just explained to you. Yeah. And so, but okay, I'm a big man. Yeah, look at that. Whatever, waif.
Right.
Twink. But no, he's there definitely is they said there was trans stuff or whatever like written on the gun.
I mean, I heard that was debunked, but I don't really know.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, and then on the bullets too, it just seemed, and people go, well, they write on the bullets. I mean, all right, look, sure, someone may have done that before. I don't know. The point is like this. Can we just get like someone in custody before we go? Like, yeah, let's see. I mean, let's just see who they show us as the killer.
I don't think they should have let that boomer go. I should think they should still be questioning him.
I mean, honestly, I don't know which one Cash Patel was referring to when he said, because at one point he said, we have a guy, I believe, it was a tweet or something. And then there was two guys though. So whatever, but there was that one older guy, I think he's what you're talking about, who's going, wasn't he saying like, shoot me, right?
Right.
Which seems like a wild thing to say for no reason. Look, a lot of people are crazy. I get it. It's a wild time. Maybe he's just look, there's a lot of people. You go, well, what are the odds? Is someone would be screaming, shoot me? I mean, how many people were there? A few thousand?
It seemed like a big crowd.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you get a few thousand people in a room, maybe it's like, I mean, I think they say, I was looking this up today, actually. Mm-hmm. And apparently, like, 5% of the population has, like, mental illness, like severe mental illness, which seems high. But whatever. I'm just saying, so it's possible there's just a bunch of, once the shot goes off, people are like, people just kind of go crazy.
Yeah.
But let's scream and shoot me.
It's strange.
Maybe he's distracting people on purpose. Maybe he's not. I wouldn't take it upon anyone's self to go. These people go want to investigate things on their own. I mean, investigate all you want, but kind of like harass people on their own.
Yeah, everybody wants to we're now in an era where everybody wants to be part of the investigation.
You look.
People are showing different angles of it. There was one video I saw shared where he was like, is somebody running across the roof there? Like, people are...
No, the FBI was saying that was him.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, the FBI is more... I was watching a thing, like, when I first got up this morning, and it was from, like, hours earlier, maybe last night even, where, like, we have a picture, we have a video of the guy running from one roof to the other. I think they might have the shot, too. I'm not sure. They didn't show that, of him doing the shot. He ran from one roof to the other. He jumped off onto like a nearby building, like off campus. It sounds very acrobatic, very skilled.
This is a Jason Bourne motherfucker.
It sounds like it. I mean, I don't like to speak ill of Jason Bourne, but, you know.
Wait, wasn't he a killer?
Well, he reluctant, though.
Okay.
I don't think he would have, like, done this. I mean, but they could have activated him. Who knows with that Treadstone project. Exactly. But yeah, so there was, but then they said we have a picture of him, and we're pretty sure we can identify him with our means. We have these means to do it, but if not, if we fail at that, we'll show it to the public, and then, you know, an hour or two later, it's like, yeah, we couldn't do it. It just sounds like something I would like. Can you like someone's trying like, hey, can you figure out how to like offload this? I remember once. I'll just tell the story. I remember once. I was in the back of the Comedy Store and Tony Hinchcliffe was there, and he had like he was trying to get a video from like his laptop onto the computer, and him was like, hey, just like, you know, maybe you can help him out, and the embarrassment when you have to be like you're presented as like someone who might be able to help someone and you can't. Yeah. He's like, I don't know how to do this. You know. Yeah. And that's how I feel like the guys at the FBI are like, we got this, you know. I know I'm not trying to drag it, but it's a true story that happened. Mm-hmm. I was in that guy's shoes. You seem disgusted by me that I would like, you know, I couldn't help someone with their computer. I'm not a computer expert. This is years ago,
right?
Whatever. The point is that, you know, so they thought they could I don't know, do his face analysis and they couldn't. Mm-hmm. Bizarre. Really? Bizarre. I've never seen a press conference like that. I don't watch a lot of press conferences either, to be fair. I don't blame people for trying to be...
Not as weird as the Ted Lasso press conference.
That was so weird. Oh, God. Remember that Ted Lasso thing?
Yeah.
When, like, bring a picture of that if you could. Because I don't know if people remember. That's such a long time ago. It was only like 2 years ago, probably. When was it Jill Pataki, whatever her name was? Psaki? The Biden's press secretary brought like the cast of Ted Lasso to promote season 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah.
They did a press conference. The cast of Ted Lasso.
This is. I mean,
press conference. This is the crazy in character. Press
conference. Yeah. It's like I don't care what. There's no version of this where it's like, oh, one side. You know, what if we didn't vote for Trump? I don't know. You have this.
Yeah.
You have this. What do you want me to tell you? I know, like, this seems like a fun romp. Mm-hmm. But I don't like, I mean, I just feel like, you know, if your whole angle is, no, we're the ones who are responsible or whatever, and you have Ted Lasso, like, do a presser, and you do a fucking, I hate Ted Lasso. I mean, I like the first season. So his first season was all right. I love Jason Sudeikis. I'd love to have him on the pod sometime. Jason, reach out if you could. But, I think if I cornered them in a room. Yeah, like, you know, metaphorically, we're in a room, just cornered Jason Sudeikis. You hack old beers at a bar, and I wouldn't bring it up right away. But, you know, I'd make him laugh, maybe, you know, a few anecdotes. I mean, I didn't go to the groundlings, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like maybe I could make something Jason Sudeikis. Whatever.
You could totally make Jason Sudeikis laugh,
right? So, and then, like, you know, in the middle of beer 3, I'm like, you know, by the way, like that show what you did. I mean, a lot of your stuff is so great. That show kind of went to shit after season 1, and you'd probably be like, yeah, you know, the money was great, something like that, you know. We blame his ex-wife. Was it Olivia?
His ex-wife is Olivia Munn?
Not Olivia Munn. Oh. No, the one who like made the movie with Captain Kirk, the new Captain Kirk.
Oh, Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that bad divorce? Mm-hmm. Whatever. This is where we lose people. If we look at the chart on YouTube, it's really like when you start talking about Jason Sudeikis, people tuned out, and that's being ambitious. But the point is, and then I guess I think it's a good segue, because I had this idea. And I didn't want to harass an old man. Oh, sorry. No, a man. Look, everyone knows he's been around forever. He's an older man. Mm-hmm. But, you know, like, I said, wouldn't it be a nice thing? And it's not because, like, a political alignment one way or the other. You don't know my politics, by the way. I'm not even sure I have politics. But this whole idea that I'm some, like, friggin' communist left. You don't even know what I am. All right? You have no idea what I'm about. All right? That being said, this is apolitical. I thought it'd be a nice thing, a healing thing, perhaps, if William Shatner made some kind of announcement. I don't think he's empowered to do such, but like, you know, hey, you know, Charlie Kirk was the real Captain Kirk.
If he tweeted that out or something. Yeah.
Something like that. Where I actually drafted a tweet where I quote tweet because so show his tweet really quick. I subsequently found out you thought it was a nice idea, and then I was going to quote tweet this, which is assassination is so senseless. Condolences to the Kirk family, and a little sad emoji.
I don't think he needed the emoji personally.
I'm not going to hold anyone accountable. Look, the nuances of the appropriateness of emoticons and emojis and also an ASCII code, all that stuff are lost on me to a large extent, let alone like an 85, 90-year-old man. So I'm not going to hold him accountable for that. I did want to. I was going to quote tweet him and say, hey, Mr. Shatner, will you join me in announcing that Charlie Kirk is the true Captain Kirk in the Star Trek canon? Or some to that extent, even though it couldn't be official because it's not his to do. But I think,
is the Kirk family, like, are they big on Star Trek?
It's a fictional person. You mean the Charlie Kirk family? Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I like Star Trek. Like, before you start getting shitty to me, like, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not like the biggest like weird Trekkie you ever met in your life, but I used to watch it as a kid. It's a nice thing, I think. His name is Kirk. I just think it'd be it's the kind of thing, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. It's the kind of thing that if he did that, if he had done it without me telling him to do it, I would kind of like that thing that man has that you don't tear up per se, but you can kind of feel like emotion a little bit, and you're like, oh, that's nice. You know, like your son being born, something like that.
Right,
you know?
Like your son.
Right, it's like that's nice.
Yeah,
and I feel like that would be a nice thing. Like kind of when I saw like there was a comic book. I think I vaguely remember this where like after 9/11, why I keep bringing up 9/11 because it's 9/11.
This is 9/11. It's something very 9/11-y happened.
This is a throwback 9/11 kind of.
Yeah.
I mean it with respect, where it's like we have to, usually it's like going like, oh, we're going to do this forever? And not to defame the people, but like it's realistically, like when does this, people are going, oh, Kump doesn't care about the fire. I care more about the firefighters than many people do. I'm not going to say everyone, but many people. Mm-hmm. All right? I care enough to believe them when they say they hear explosions. When someone says to me, well, they know they're firefighters, I'm like, I don't know. Who would be more qualified to be able to identify an explosion in the basement of a New York City skyscraper than an FDNY officer? Who? Who is more qualified than that? So don't tell me I don't care about firefighters. That being said, what was my point? So, whatever. It's 9/11. It's so, there was a thing after 9/11 that was like, I mean, not even a month later, where I think it was Marvel, and I could be remembering this wrong, don't quote me, but I remember there being a thing where these comic book characters looking at Ground Zero going like, whoa, why didn't we, or I don't know if they were saying, why didn't we stop this, or the people were like, where were you? But acknowledgement that, like, breaking the fourth wall, going like, I mean, like, if you're really superheroes, I mean, come on. It's just like when you get obsessed, as we are in today's day and age. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's declining, but still obsessed with superheroes as we are now. It is rough to kind of, not me, I'm an adult man, but whatever. But it can be rough. There's the culture shock of being constantly bombarded with things that superheroes would maybe help, but can't because they're not real. That's what I'm saying.
Right. And
in that vein, in a similar episode, it's kind of touching that someone thought enough to go, yeah, we should acknowledge 9/11 in the Marvel Universe. With Spider-Man. Well, you could say that's flippant. I don't know. I mean, who can pick one way or the other? And the same way, I think it would be nice for William Shatner to say, screw the executives who own the property rights. I'm an old man. Mm-hmm. And in the best way possible. There's nothing better than being an old man. What are you going to do? Take my money away? Maybe. Maybe I'll take his money away, put him on the street. I don't know. But he's got that, no one's got that long. It'd be nice if he said, screw it. Sue me if you want. I'm naming him Captain Kirk. It doesn't matter if you thought he deserved it, if you liked him, if you didn't like him, if you agree with him, you don't agree with him. It's a nice gesture. The gesture is moving. Right. And that's what you need right now is healing gestures. There's nothing wrong with healing gestures. People act like it's like hypocritical or you're like a pussy or something.
Right.
It's like,
it's like, I'm sorry. Look, not everybody has the personality.
Right.
The the Teflon personality required to mock a person in death.
Right.
Like, it's not, you know, like, this is, even if you think you are being ideologically consistent, which I don't think you are.
I think you're being
if you're against, especially if you're against gun violence.
Right.
Like, it's like, but even if you are, like, it's just strange. It's strange to shame people for not celebrating someone's death.
I just think people don't realize how weirdly, or whatever, like tense this country is. It might be on the brink of something.
It's quite, yeah.
And it's not good for anyone.
There's a problem with people where they want to exist in this eternal present.
Right.
Where everything is just about being honest about how I'm feeling right now. It's never about what's going to happen in the immediate future,
right,
or what just happened.
Right. What are the likely consequences of being flippant to this or that? You know,
right.
Like I didn't go show up to the. Everyone fans of the podcast know this. I think that I didn't just show up to Ground Zero on 9/11 or even the day after and start going like, "Oh, what about the Project for a New American Century?" Right, you know? Yeah. I went to a blood bank. My father convinced me to go to some like makeshift blood bank where people were going to give blood and take pictures of them with my camera I bought off eBay.
Wait, did you give blood or were you just there to take pictures?
I did not give blood. I'm trying to think why. I think was I not 18?
They were like, your blood's rotten.
I wasn't. I think I'd given blood before. But the story, I'll tell the story very quickly. I was like, you know, so I was in the 9/11 was like the day after my first day of college. I was commuting to Hofstra at the time. I was trying to major. I didn't actually like touch a camera there. I was only there for a year. I was in film major technically. Whatever. The point is, I had bought a camera off eBay, a screw mount GAF camera, old, not even a working light meter. And I was getting into photography. And I ended up becoming a wedding photographer and more photographer. But this is my first time. I'm just getting into photography. And my dad was like, "You should go take pictures of like of this blood bank thing that we saw about in the news." I'm like, "For what? Like, you just send it to the newspaper. Maybe they want to use it." And it's the kind of thing that a parent says. Maybe it's a boomer parent thing where it's just like, "What could it hurt?" Well, I'll tell you what it hurts. My memory of 9/11 is me showing up meekly in my jalopy with my shitty old camera with a telephoto lens, just photographing creepily people who were giving blood on 9/11. And I have to remember that for the rest of my life. And I just like, and I kind of just, I think I took a picture or two and I realized they could see me. And it was very awkward. And I just like, all right. Did
you do the thing that you used to do at weddings where you were like turn your body this way, turn your head that way?
I didn't go and be like, "Hey, I'm into paper," because I couldn't. That'd be a lie. But I didn't go, "Hey, I'm an independent photojournalist. Like I was gonna get a few shots of this for the paper as a human interest thing." Which if I try to explain that when I was 18 to somebody or 17, whatever it was, it would have came off much more stammery, much more like, "I'm not a photographer," something like that, you know. I did not do any of that. I just kind of parked across the street or something, or across the parking lot, and the guy like I was some 1950s private eye trying to catch some guy having an affair with his big fucking photo lens, and like I take pictures of people that are giving blood. Like on a tragic day. So I'm just, my point is I wasn't sitting there going, trying to convince people that, Dick Cheney was in on it.
Right.
Back, at the moment. You give things a beat.
You give it a beat, yeah.
And you embarrass yourself.
That's a very good point. And well said, Ray.
Thank you.
But yeah, I gotta say, in a strange way.
Yeah.
Just to eulogize for a second.
Sure.
Like in a strange way, I was kind of a Charlie Kirk fan. I watched a lot of debates at a certain point in my life. Like right. I liked watching debates, and sometimes this is the kind of thing. If you do that for fun, sometimes only those people can maybe understand this.
Right.
But sometimes, like, you watch enough of your opponent in a debate.
Right.
Because I'd always kind of be rooting for the left-wing speakers.
Sure.
But they do kind of become a celebrity to you.
Yeah.
You start to like them a little bit, especially if they're hard to beat.
Yeah. No, he was like a Vegeta for you in Dragon Ball Z or something.
Exactly.
Which is a big I love Vegeta. Yeah. I'm not saying whatever. But the point is, it's Yeah, look, I mean, and I'll be honest with you, like, there are way worse. It doesn't matter. No one deserves what happens.
I was waiting for his arc where he starts wearing pink shirts and eating rice balls. Like
oh, you go deep on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That's a Majin Buu saga, I believe. Do you actually watch those, or you just know from the pictures, the gifs?
That's like the part of the Dragon Ball Z series that I remember the most.
Wow, so you watched like the deep cuts.
Yeah,
Or to me, they were deep. Like, look, you gotta understand. I know now you can go on Crunchyroll or Squiggly Fish or whatever, these streaming services, and watch whatever you want. But when I got into it, I had to get tapes that were like fan subbed tapes, and then I would trade with this guy, or I would pay him to rent me these tapes in high school, and you give me one tape a day. And it was like 3 episodes per tape or something, and some of them were really bad quality. And I watched the whole. That's how I watched the show. So to me, it's like, oh, you got that far, but that doesn't matter. I mean, it's a much more important day than whatever I'm talking about now. Right. But but I'm just saying. So if people are like, what do you mean it's the deep cuts, Dragon Ball Z? That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to explain. But yeah, so Charlie Kirk was your Vegeta.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I just wanted to say that in a way. I think it is in a strange way a compliment. Yeah, like it's. I don't know.
Here's the thing.
You never want to see the person get hurt.
Here's the thing. I will say, and I support the people in Gaza. Stop bomb. Can we stop bombing? Like this is enough. Yeah. You call it. I don't know what it is. If it's not a genocide, I don't know what it is. Let's just say it that way. It's a horrific thing. So don't get twisted like that. But that being said, but a lot of the people on the left would probably go and you demonize Muslims, whatever. I mean, a lot of other people that you support also, not all Muslims, but there's a lot of. It's not just Christians or Charlie Kirk type people who you'd have this kind of diametric opposition to. Is my point.
Right.
It is. From your, I empathize with your perspective, but also don't act like that you're destined to have this life or death struggle. I mean, it's just look, politics are messy. The whole thing's messy. I don't know the answer.
It's also it's just so strange to me that people aren't considering consider all the possibilities. Like, what if Israel did do this? No, I'm saying it's okay, you're celebrating his death because he demonized the people in Gaza,
right? But
what if your enemy ended his life because he was going to change his position on them,
right?
I'm not saying that's what happened,
right? But
in this kind of society where there's all kinds of crazy disinformation,
and we're so conspiratorial about it,
you can never be completely certain.
We're so, and that's part of the thing too. That's part of what they do intentionally. They design these systems that way.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Go watch if you haven't seen. We've talked about it many times. Like Adam Curtis's hypernormalization when he describes the way Russia was kind of set up this way, and Putin's rise and his era, and the idea that you have these basically, at a certain point, I forget the name of his press secretary, or propaganda minister, whatever the fuck you call it. But the idea was that we're gonna this is gonna be the situation. You're never gonna know when something happens is something that we did, or is there an actual attack, or is it an actual terrorist attack, or is a government agitation. You just don't. And it's not that we were trying to trick you. What we want to achieve is that you don't know. That's the whole point,
right?
Is that you don't know, that you can never know, that it's just kind of like amorphous thing, that just kind of exists, and you can never know when you're playing into something, not playing. It's the height of uncertainty.
You'll never know exactly how your rage is being used,
right? And it can play, and it distorts and it flows. And if you don't think we've done that, I think that's pretty crazy. I think we've built an even more intricate system than that.
Right.
So
and it's okay, what does that mean? Does it mean that you can never express outrage, or you can never organize? Of course not.
Right. Maybe not. Maybe less knee-jerk reaction on Twitter.
Right.
Maybe. I know it sounds crazy. I know I sound like I'm like the Huns, or I'm the Trojan horse over here, going oh, just stop knee-jerk reacting, and then we'll get you. Yeah. But to me, it just seems hey, let's just take a beat,
right?
And then it would also help if people had any kind of lens to history in any kind of way. If you know, if like, you know, if they didn't stop caring immediately about things, because you go, well, we don't do it now, we'll never do it. Well, that shouldn't be the case. You should have a society where you can go like, well, let's wait a beat, and then go, well, we've assembled this information. Okay, let's look at it. Oh yeah, now we'll, I don't know, vote this guy out or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think usually, I think it's very rare cases where the answer is political assassination. I just call me crazy.
Right.
Call me a radical if you want.
You're an extremist.
I'm an extremist because I feel like, you know, usually debate is probably better.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, Pussy Reyes, he's not stand up for, like, what? Oh, he's so fat and he smells weird. And that's why we don't listen to him. That's the aliens. I mean, those aliens are going to make a movie about me one day. They're going to construct like a whole narrative, like as if I'm Jesus. Not literally Jesus, but in the way we have to like kind of piece together Jesus' life from like these different accounts. That's going to be these remember I started the episode talking about the aliens who find my records? Whatever.
Yes, yeah, I do.
Okay. What's the matter?
Does this make you nervous at all about doing live podcasts?
Well, we haven't done one. I mean, like, I'd be nervous about people not showing up. Yeah. Did you book something? I'm available. I'll just do a segue here. I found this passage from the Bible. Is that okay?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. People come, you want the Bible?
More people need to read this shit and the shows.
Don't call the Bible shit.
I just mean like this shiz.
That's fine. But Jesus spoke to them at once. Don't be afraid, he said. Take courage. I am here. Then he climbed into the boat and the wind stopped. They were totally amazed, for they still didn't understand the significance of the miracle of the loaves. Their hearts were too hard to take it in. Now, that wasn't perfectly aligned with what we're talking about, but dude, there's something there. Their hearts were too hard to take it in.
Their hearts were too hard to take it in.
And that's just a miracle. You saw Jesus split a bunch of loaves in half.
It's the kind of thing you should be able to take in.
Right. Like, oh, this is great.
Now.
I mean, you told us it would be a Messiah, but you didn't tell us it would be bread.
No.
Maybe they did. I didn't read the whole, Old Testament. But the point is, it's nice, a nice thing. And they still, my heart's too hard. Even then, your heart can be too hard to accept it. People need to, lighten up. This seems too trite. Cool it down. Cool it down.
Tone it down.
Tone it down. Tone it down.
As a great American once said.
Yes. Tone it down. I'll tell you who didn't tone it down. There's this, everyone knows I love Batman. There's a whole, if you go back into the old episodes, there's, I have all these Batman's figures that I would have. I go, look at this Batman I got. Look at that Batman. Remember?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you had a lot of cool Batmans.
And one of them was the Red Hood, which was the original Jason Todd, who's the second Robin who got murdered by the Joker, famously. And then he came back years later as a vigilante of sorts. And I forget which episode, but you can find it. So they are in the thumbnails. I don't want to tell you. But apparently there's this new story. Or not new. They released. Is there like a headline here? I can't see anything here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So
DC ends Red Hood comic after writers Charlie Kirk comments.
Right, which is what did this person say? I forget what. So Red Hood's this vigilante. They just released issue 1 a couple of days ago, I guess. Mm-hmm. And now they've canceled it because of the Charlie Kirk. So it even affects the Batman universe. That's how. Look,
what did they have a master debater character in that too?
What?
Because of the South Park thing.
I forgot. Right. Well, that's what were the?
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. So here are some of the things this person said.
I can't read that. I can't see it.
Thoughts and prayers, you Nazi bitch.
That seems, like, what do you do?
Hope the bullet's okay after touching Charlie Kirk.
That just seems, honestly, like, it's not, you're not even making
it's just not even good.
Like, the people making the case about, like, well, you didn't care about gun violence, whatever, at least they're making a point. Like, this is just very aggressive. And look, you feel a certain way, it's fine. It's people just don't like.
And again, it's like you know people are kind of in a very kind of scattershot and premature and irresponsible way are trying to pin this on trans people.
Right.
And like and you're an empowered, well employed public trans person. It's just so.
Oh, is it a trans person?
It's just yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it seems reckless. Here's the thing: I don't have much you can take away from me. I feel like, and I still feel like impelled to like, at least think about what. Yeah, it's just hey, go to hell, burn in hell, cocksucker.
Yeah,
doesn't seem like Hey, how about we all act like we're adults?
Right.
We're adult people in the world. What happened to being adults? Is that the most? Is that the tritest thing you could possibly say?
It's just so funny to hear you say that as you're wearing that ridiculous outfit.
Someone commented that I look like a 12-year-old. It's like, well, thank you, I guess. I mean, like, I didn't think I could pull out. Do I really look like a 12? I mean, or maybe I'm dressed like a 12-year-old.
You do have a youthful.
Do 12-year-olds dress like me?
You have a youthful appearance. Your cheeks are very rosy.
Tell that to Hollywood. I'm trying to get in the pictures. But, these people,
you're a supple-skinned youth.
Right. I mean, what is it Michelle Obama says? When we go low, when they go low, when they go down, don't look at my. Something like that, and I'm just saying there needs to be some appeal. Just like, maybe we should start wearing suits again. Maybe we should how about we try that?
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want in America, but you gotta wear a suit. And Jordan Peterson would love that. He gets to wear all those wacky suits he loves. Mm-hmm. Why can't we look, whoever's, by the way, in lieu of liking and subscribing this episode, could we all just somehow tag Jordan Peterson and say, Ray Kump would love to talk to you on the show about your suits? And don't harass the man. I don't know where his content is.
Don't look. It's gonna send the wrong impression right now.
Ray Kump wants to talk about suits. Haberdashery, whatever. I like the way his voice sounds. To make me an evil person. Hello. That's not what it sounds like. Unbelievable pain. But I think wearing suits would kind of maybe put people kind of like give them kind of. Everyone gets a suit, by the way. It's a big public works program like the New Deal. Everyone gets a suit, and we get to wear them, and it calms everyone's nerves down. Everyone's ragged right now. Mm-hmm. Everyone feels that they have what are they going to wear to a job interview? They're this what I'm wearing. Imagine if I had to go get a job at the U.S. Army wearing this. If I tried to go to the U.S. Army office and said, "Please let me join," and they go, "Get the fuck out of here!" And they start beating me with some kind of baton. What material is that? Is that metal? I was like, "Shut up! It's carbon fiber, pussy."
Look, you probably wouldn't make the cut in the U.S. military, but
to the French Foreign Legion.
I do think in more of a, it's like for the coming years, you could be a great warrior. For whatever side. I mean, obviously you're not picking a side.
Like, oh, you're so out of shape. Well, get in shape. Yeah. Whatever. That's the only answer. I'd be like Brody. Oh, he was a heroin addict. They put him back in the mix. You don't know about that yet. We didn't get that far. People
underestimate how strong you are.
They do. I could carry people on my back.
Yeah.
I have done that. Mm-hmm. I think I carried one of your big cousins at the wedding.
Really?
Yeah. The tall one. I know his name. I still want to say it. And I think he might have been surprised. Maybe not. We were all very drunk. The point is, what is my point? Oh, look at that. And dresses, they can be nice. Yeah. What's wrong with these things? We need to.
I believe for a long time. I've been an advocate for a long time of female politicians wearing more gowns.
Yeah, I think female politicians should have to wear beautiful gowns.
Yeah, wear a gown to a debate.
And there's a gown budget. Like your office gets a budget.
It's humiliating to try and squeeze yourself into like a man-inspired pantsuit.
Right.
When you're a woman, when you're a vivacious woman.
Be careful. You're gonna get us canceled.
I'm saying when you identify as a vivacious woman, you should come out to that debate stage in a gown.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. You should have to wear a gown. I'm sick of if gender's a construct then let it be a construct and be quiet about it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a construct. All right, then wear the gown. It's not a big deal then, right? I mean, like, it's just like his whole. Call me crazy. I don't. Whatever the bar is, I don't. Making myself in trouble here. It can't just be that you want the dress. That can't be the whole barometer. Mm-hmm. And if you don't understand what I'm saying by that, I'm not. For another day. Tune into more Kumps. I'll let my opinions cryptically come out like a snake, like a centipede. But no, like a beautiful gown. And look, I do think we should stop congresswomen and congressmen from being able to enrich themselves through insider trading. But as a trade-off, you get a bit of a haberdashery budget or a gown budget. Mm-hmm. You get some nice suits. We make you look nice. All right, we dress you up like Barbies and GI Joes. I think everyone in Congress should have to be in the military. Like immediately, you automatically become an officer in the military, and you wear like crazy colonel outfits or old admiral outfits, like whatever Captain Crunch wears. You know,
right?
Like it'll be a branch of the military called the Congressional Military. It doesn't do anything. I'm not breaking patsies comitatus. Okay, You know what that is?
What's that?
It's that rule that says you can't have armed troops, like the army can't be on American soil.
Oh, okay.
Like you're breaking patsies comitatus with going to DC. They're in National Guards. I'm not sure if that's true. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's why Delta Force. There's people who say Delta Force, hostage rescue team in the FBI. The guys who go going to get some people said, I don't know if it's true or not, that would just be Delta Force guys. And they'd be like, well, no, technically we're at HRT. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you have that rule.
Right.
You can't just have the military, domestically. After 9/11, we had, guys with guns and, like, they were basically the military, but they were National Guard, I guess, at Penn Station and stuff like that. I remember that.
Right.
Those were fun times. I'd be like, hello. I would go, I think I just kind of look at them and go, look at their gun, and I just give them a nod. It was cool. It's cool seeing a gun up close. Guns are cool if you in the right context.
Yeah.
At Penn Station is my point. I'm just saying there should be an air of civility. We should bring back duels.
Duels, I mean, I don't know what the moral argument is against letting people duel each other. Especially if they're following the rule where you go out to somewhere remote. Yeah.
We in a modern time, there could be a dueling alley just the same way as a bowling alley, right? It could be set up for that, And
even back in the day, like even at the height of duels, a lot of the time they didn't go through with them.
Well, I think it was a very common thing to shoot up in the air or whatever.
It was just almost a litmus test of how bad the insult was,
right?
To challenge someone to a duel.
Sure, even the famous name Barry Lyndon, like I believe. Lord Bullington misfires, and then Redmond Barry shoots into the air.
Right.
This is him and he's a philanderer. He's a what do they call those guys? An adventurer. I like it when an adventurer meant that you were like sleeping with some rich guy's widow. That's what adventurer used to mean apparently. But whatever. He was an Irish rogue, and but you shoot in the air, but then Bullington took the opportunity to like a rat to fire at him again. But a lot of times you just end that. You both fire in the air. Whatever.
Right.
Just saying.
There's a historical controversy about whether or not Hamilton was planning to fire into the air.
Oh, right. I was thinking about the play, and I was like, I hate that play. But yeah, it's terrible. Lin-Manuel Miranda, no good. That's my opinion. I don't look. Enough people have given you.
I didn't like it either.
Enough people have glazed Lin-Manuel Miranda over the years that I don't think it hurts anyone for me to go. Not for me. But no Hamilton. Yeah, so you say Hamilton shot in the air and Burr like a little rat shot him anyway.
Well, it's controversial. I mean, Burr. I remember reading this Gore Vidal novel, amazing novel called Burr.
Right.
That's about the American Revolution from Burr's perspective. And, his perspective, because it's Gore Vidal kind of writing through him, he's kind of a naughty boy.
Sure. Was Gore Vidal a real saucy character?
Yeah, he's like kind of a saucy liberal.
And then Burr betted this hoe. Burr be betting hoes back then.
A lot of founding fathers take strays in this novel.
Right.
But he actually has a pretty moving monologue in it where he's explaining why he shot Hamilton.
Yeah.
And kind of trying to come to terms with why he did it, and say, like basically saying like I thought this guy was gonna kill me. Like I thought.
But there's a duel though.
I thought that my little Theodosia was gonna grow up without a father.
But the duel. Here's what's confusing about it. Was it because the kind of duel I was talking about with Barry Lyndon was like one of those things where I think you flip for who goes first or whatever, and then you go, I go, you go, I go, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't. But I think that's kind of. Can we look that up real quick? Like, it's hard to look up, but I mean, like, because that makes sense if it's like we're both. Well, no, because what you're describing makes sense if they're both firing at the same time.
Right.
If that's the case, then like, all right, yeah, like, I'm not assuming the guy's not going to shoot me.
Right.
But
yeah, it had something to do with him adjusting his eyewear, like or something. like this guy looks like he's aiming.
So Hamilton was like putting on his reading glasses to like read some speech about how he like we should bury the hatchet, and Burr just shot him in the eye. And he goes, I thought he was gonna kill me. I mean, that's he's a real one, I guess. Mm-hmm. You think I wonder if he'd be on Hot Ones if he was alive today. That show with the chicken wings, the show about eating chicken wings. But go on. Sorry, so Burr. So he.
No, I mean, like I don't know. I don't know why I'm bringing any.
No,
of
it
this
makes
up.
no. Because I brought up duels. Yeah. No, I made this happen. I'm the blame. Yeah. Look, there's got to be a better way to kind of, just kind of coexist, and something to do with your anger. Maybe mountain climbing. Maybe we should put rock walls. There needs to be better, more stuff for people. Mm-hmm. We need more things. People need material wealth again. It can't just all be AI. It can't be these crypto, lunatics. And by crypto, techno lunatics. I mean, I'm specifically referring to crypto. I mean, the AI stuff more. These tech guys just going blah blah blah. We're gonna have AI. You can't do nothing about it. I mean, it seems to be the way it's going. But give people back at least some decent TV. There aren't even any good shows out. I mean, what am I supposed to watch? Wednesday? It's a show for children.
Yeah.
I've heard the Trap is good.
A lot of people love Wednesday.
Yeah, look, I get it. We all love
like people like middle-aged people.
Yeah, I get it.
They're heavily invested in Wednesday.
I understand. Well, I wonder if they're still invested after Jenny Ortega got her buccal fat removed. I don't know. I mean, I try not to understand but I feel like
it's a tragedy when women do that.
I mean, the girl from The Boys did that too. What is this? I mean, I have this theory. Should we show a picture of that? If you Google it.
Oh yeah, you did. Honestly, this was a very good theory.
So look, can we bring up the Jenny Ortega thing? Look, this also could be a hoax. Maybe she was going to a costume party in the middle of August. I don't know, but this is Jenny Ortega, who people have said is attractive, and this is her after book. I mean, it does seem like a weird monster makeup thing. If this is actually what she looks like, and I'll put a caveat there, if that's actually, people aren't just running with this story spuriously like I am, it doesn't look better. Mm-hmm. The buccal fat removal. And there's also the girl from The Boys. And I have a feeling, why would these women just it's some kind of like dysphoria, some kind of bulimia type thing, right? And you go, maybe they were never that attractive to begin with. I'm sure they were fine,
Yeah.
But, I'm...
Right. Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'm sure they were fine. But my point, but I'm saying is like the idea that they were like, they need to get that buccal fat removed to be like a top, like a 10 or whatever. Yeah, a Hollywood 10.
Like they do kind of start out with with a little bit of like chipmunk chic.
Right.
And they get just enough sucked out to become cute.
Right.
But then they're like, I need to keep going.
And maybe divots come out. Maybe like things. Maybe it grows back. But then when you keep trying to remove it, it also like maybe every time you remove buccal. And I'm not a doctor. You gotta understand that. I'm not a doctor. But maybe every time you remove buccal fat the way they do, it takes a little bit of the muscle with it. Mm-hmm. This makes no sense physiologically, probably.
No, totally. I mean, it's probably like Botox.
What happens with Botox?
The way people go overboard, the way like somebody like Joan Rivers back in the day went overboard with Botox.
Right.
Like, you can go overboard with sucking all the fat out of your cheeks.
Right, but I'm not. The problem with me, thank you for saving me, but I'm going to dump right back into it. The problem with me is I'm not content to say that. I have to find a causal relationship. So I'm saying that every time you take a little buccal fat, you're also taking muscle, and then at a certain point, the muscle goes away, and and your face just collapses. That's my theory.
I think.
I love saying buccal fat.
Honestly, I would love for us both to get a ton of buccal fat removed, just as a bit.
Please, I don't want
to know what we look like.
This is I don't want to monetize the Bible, and I won't. But that being said, I don't want to be one of those podcast or content creators or influencers or whatever you want to call me, heroes who beg for money. We have a Patreon, but you get extra episodes every week, $5 a month. It's a nice trade. Everyone seems to like it who does it. I don't know. This is something else. Please pay for our buccal fat to be removed. Please give us as much money as you can. We need to get rid of this buccal fat. This buccal fat is ruining our lives. Do you understand? This buccal fat is making me crazy. It's making me sad, and I can't have self-confidence with all this goddamn buccal fat.
No, nobody's ever going to listen to us. The country will never be healed.
I'm a moderating voice. Don't you understand? I could heal the nation if people listen to me, but they won't listen to me with all this buccal fat. There's too much buccal fat. God damn it. Why doesn't anyone understand this? Maybe I'll go into debt. If you people won't do it, I'll go into debt and do it myself. But then don't expect me to heal the nation.
And this show's going to get darker and darker if that has to happen.
Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe everyone who's getting so agitated is like, no, I paid for my own buccal fat to get removed. Screw y'all. That's the expression of people get, It's just...
God, you would look insane with your buccal fat removed. I can't stop imagining it.
What is buccal fat a type of fat, or is it just face fat?
It's face fat. It's what makes your cheeks, chubby and youthful.
Okay, yeah. Just make me gaunt. Make me look like James Woods, please. I want to be James Woods. I want to be Lester Diamond over here. Lester Diamond hands. I'll bet on crypto. I will heal the nation. I will heal the world if you take my buccal fat away, God. I'm going to kneel in the Garden of Gethsemane and bleed. Remember they said to Jesus, let's see if I can find it. It's too big. I can't find it. Mm-hmm. I was going to try to find the passage where Jesus bleeds because he's praying so hard.
Oh, right, yeah.
In the Garden of Gethsemane.
Yeah.
I think he sweated blood.
Oh, I thought it was tears of blood.
I'm not sure. I think you're confusing that with the Blade Runner quote.
Oh, okay.
Was it tears like rain? Tears like rain. How's it go? Look up the Blade Runner quote like rain. Blade Runner quote like rain. Oh. Actually, can we just play the Blade Runner? Nah, they'll probably rip us off YouTube with their Warner Brothers lawsuits. I'd love to play Blade Runner right now. Like all tears in rain. Right. Okay, go ahead.
All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain.
It's great quotes. Rutger Hauer in Blade Runner. He's a robot. He's a replicant, if you will. I reversed those. A replicant, a robot, if you will, it should have been. And he, as he, and he's supposed to kill Harrison Ford in that moment. Well, he should have, but he doesn't because he's about to expire anyway. And it's raining. And he's just got his shirt off. It looks great. He's just like this fucking great looking robot. He's like, you fucking see what I've seen. I've seen fucking fires in the middle of Mars. Crazy shit. Fucking insane shit. You don't understand what you know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah.
The reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've fucking seen slave ships in Mars burning and it was fucking wild. and all other shit. Now I'm gonna die. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. Now I just gotta fucking die. They have like a 6-year lifespan or some shit. Mm-hmm. I gotta die. All that shit's gone. Like tears in rain. Like tears in rain.
So is that a good?
Is that good what? Okay, the show's not over.
What?
You can say it's good ending. Yeah, maybe it is. We still have to end the show. You probably better just stop the episode. But then no, look, I don't think I'll go on another 10-minute tirade. I think we'll wrap this up, I guess. And to summarize, It's up to you, America, to remove my buccal fat. Balls in your court, baby. Mm-hmm. But only regards the buccal fat. I don't mean the violence. Don't do violence.
Help the world take us seriously.
Yes.
By paying for our buccal fat removal.
If you want a moderating voice in the world, you have to pay for it. That's the thing moderates don't usually tell you, or people who want to be a healing force. Healers don't, because it's very easy to go, if you want to win this war, you gotta pay. Yeah, you gotta pay for it. If you want things to be nice and calm, maybe pony up. Get my buccal fat out of my face. All right. Stay safe out there, and try to be okay. Have a great night.